everybody, it's Nia here, and welcome back to my channel. I know. And today, we are going to do story time. So, without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So, this story time is going to be about my first job. My first job was called Justice, and you guys probably know it because it's like a girly kid store. So Justice was really cool because I love playing with little kids and I love like being around little kids because they're just so funny and they're at that age where they don't really know much but they think they know it. And so that was really cool working at Justice because like all the kids there were like young, like they were little. Most of the people that we like had clothes for were like from like the age 5 to like 15, but depending on the person, if you could fit the clothes you can kind of wear them. So it didn't matter if you were like between the age range, because I would have people that would come in there would be like parents and they'll be with their kids and they would buy stuff and I'm like, oh, is this for your daughter? And they're like, no, it's for me. And I'm just like, okay. But it was an interesting experience because, okay, so there was this one time where I had I worked at 2 Justices. I worked at one that was like in the mall that was closest to my house, and then I worked at the one that was like even closer to my house, and it was like in like a little plaza thing. So I worked at the one, and this story is from the one I was at the mall. So I was at the mall and I was at work and I was like, you know, it's like a normal day, and this guy came in, this dad, barely speak English, so he was like, I want to return something, and I was like, okay, fine, you know, whatever stuff. So like we were talking about it, and like as I was talking, like our procedure is to kind of check the item to make sure it's good and make sure we're not just giving it, you know, like returning something if it's like super old. Wear it too much or wear it like often, there it starts to like peel. I noticed that it was between the legs of the item that he was trying to return, and so I just kind of asked him some more questions. I was like, so, you know, what really happened? Like, why are you returning it? Was something wrong with it? And he goes, no, we just didn't want it anymore. And I was just like, okay. So then we like came up, and I guess they were like looking around the store. Then I see the mom, she comes up and she, like, they're like speaking in their own language. One of the girls that works with me spoke the same language, and we didn't even know until after the fact. And she was like just like listening in on what they were saying. And I was like, they're like, the guy's like getting loud, like he's like yelling, and I'm just like, sir, like I'm just asking questions. I just want to know what is really going on. And he's like, we're just returning it. Can we just return it? Like, why are you asking all these questions? And I'm like, why is he getting so mad? Like, what is going on? So he started freaking out, and I was like, okay, like, calm down, dude. So then he was like, can I talk to your manager? I was like, sure, yeah. So I'll go get her. So I got my manager. She came over to talk to us, and the guy was like, blah, 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 like yelling, like saying bad stuff about me, like she's not doing her job correctly, blah, 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 like, and then like my manager was like, well, what is she not doing correctly? Like, maybe I can help you figure it out. And so he's like, she's just asking all these questions and she's trying to figure out, we just want to return it and leave. And I'm like, okay. So then we tried to look it up in the system and we couldn't find, he didn't have the receipt. So we were like, okay, how can we look it up? Like, we need some type of proof of purchase. Look it up in the thing, in the system, it didn't come up in the system. Then we tried to look it up through his card, didn't come up through the card. Like, we couldn't find any proof that he purchased this item. And so I was talking to my manager, and I'm like, what? Like, I kind of gave her that look, like, what do we do? Because I've never dealt with this situation before. So she was like taking over for me, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So she took it over, and out of nowhere, the girl that knew the language, she came up to me, like I had like walked away, and she was like, Nia, just to let you know, that guy was basically telling the wife that that he wanted to return it because I guess they didn't have enough money or something, and that the daughter wore it multiple times, and they washed it too, like multiple times, and that she's had it for like a few years. And I was just like, wow. Like, I just was so blown away. And like, it's weird because like we didn't want him to know that she knew the language, because then he would have been like, okay, they're teaming up on me. But I was just like, why didn't you just say that? Like, just say that you didn't want it anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, in that situation, if I was in that situation, I would have just been honest. Like, I would have been like, yeah. Like, he kept telling me she never wore it, like, ever. And I'm like, okay, you can't not wear something and have peeling between the legs. Like, somebody wore these pants. Now, who was it? I don't need to know the details, but someone was wearing these. And I just thought it was so crazy that he was really gonna sit there and lie to me and tell me that she didn't wear them. And I was like, sir. And then gonna have the nerve to get rowdy with me because I was just asking questions and I was going along with the procedure that I was supposed to do. So it was interesting. And like, not even that, but like they would come in and just be screaming because they were so excited to be there that they were like going nuts. Like they'd be like, oh my God, justice! Like, oh my God. Like we had times they used to do birthday parties or something like that, and they stopped doing it because of children just coming in and freaking out. Like one girl, she almost passed out. I swear she did. Like I came up to her and I was like, hey guys, welcome to Justice. Like, what are you guys shopping for today? And the little girl was like she didn't know what to do. She was about to freak out. I started getting scared because I'm like, is this girl gonna like pass out on me or something? And I was like, well, and then like her mom was like, it's her birthday today, you know, we came to celebrate and buy some clothes and just kind of shop around, do whatever. And I was like, okay, well, if you guys need anything, let me know. And then I was like, happy birthday. And then I was like, what's your name? And she like told me her name. And I was like, happy birthday so-and-so. And then she was like, she just like cheesed so hard. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like that was like the cutest moment. Like just kids coming in there and like just being so happy to be shopping. And I was just like, wow, like this is okay. One that's like outside the mall, people knew they were coming in. Like the one in the mall, they're like, oh, we're in the mall, we're shopping, sure, I'll stop by. But the one that was like outside the mall, like people knew they had to go to that store. So like I got to have more like, you know, one-on-one time with them because the fact of the matter that they're not like, they planned to come here. And so I got to meet a whole bunch of family. Like, there were so many people that came in like a lot, to the point where I was like, okay, you guys are basically regulars, because they would just come in so much that like we were just so used to it. And like now that I don't work there anymore, like it's just weird because I see those parents at like just like out and about, and I'm just like, hey, and they're like, oh my gosh, you don't work there anymore? And I'm like, no, I don't. And they're like, oh my God, we loved you there. Like they just like, so many people loved me there. Like parents loved me, the kids loved me, so happy to see me. And I was like, oh my God, is this what it feels like to have a boyfriend? Wait, what? But no, really though, it was a really fun experience. And I'm like, I'm glad that I got to experience that as my first job, because like since I love being with kids, like it just kind of made my work fun. It was a really fun experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I loved working at Justice, and if I ever want to go back, I can. So it's like, woo! So the quote of the day is, this time last year, I was a completely different person than I am now. And for me, that is so true, because last year, I was on the heavy set side. Technically, it would be a year now. I've been an alkaline vegan. And so, like, I am a completely different person because I had to, like, learn how to cook meals. I had to learn how to do this. I had to learn how to watch what I'm eating. And I feel like that quote really represents of who I am as of right now, because like technically this year right now I was a different person. I was eating unhealthy. I was eating pizza every day. I was eating, you know, ice cream. I was drinking too much coffee because like I was doing summer in the city, so I was drinking a lot of coffee. And it's just amazing to see how much I've changed in a year. And I just know so much more. Like I have a better job now. I've been doing better things. I have a YouTube channel now. Like, wow. Like, I've always had a dream to have a YouTube channel, and like I watch YouTube way too much. So I was like, why don't I just make my own videos? And so like I have a YouTube channel now, and I have my own studio. Like last year, December, like at this time, I didn't even think about having Nia Studios, and now I have Nia Studios. Like it's crazy to see how much I've changed in a year, and how much anyone can change in a year, because every year we're getting better and we're doing better things, and no one knows, but like, I mean, things happen for a reason. There was a reason why I made this YouTube channel. You never know, I may get famous after this. So the person that's watching this, like, you're the first person to see my first videos. And like when I become rich and famous, because I will, like, you'll be the first one to know, like, wow, she made YouTube videos like not that long ago, and now look at her. Like, not even that, even if it's for Nia Studios, you're gonna be like, wow, she used to have a YouTube channel and now she's a photographer. Like, it's crazy. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. And yeah, hopefully this time at this same moment that I'm gonna have 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next year at this time. I'll make a video and talk about it and talk about my journey, and yeah. So, well, that is it for today's video. If you guys like it, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making a video every Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And who knows, maybe my next video is something very exciting. You gotta wait till next Thursday to find out. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Thanks. Bye. Yeah. So, like, I guess these are going to be in the bloopers, because this is, I don't really know what else to do. I got my cool there. So today, nope. Hi, my name is Jay. Okay.